आयत विवाह तथा घरायसी प्रयोजन फर्निचरका सम्पूर्ण सामानहरू सुपथ मूल्यमा पाइन्छ। यति मात्र होइन, हामी कहाँ ग्रिलबाट बनेका आकर्षक सामग्रीहरू तथा दैनिक उपभोग्य किरानाका सम्पूर्ण सामानहरू सुपथ मूल्यमा उपलब्ध छन्। षकहर फर्निचर उद्योग, वालिङ 8 बीपी चोक, स्याङ्जा। प्रोप्राइटर दिल्लीराम सुवेदी। सम्पर्क नम्बर 98560 06200, 98560 55134 र 98466 26153। ग्राहकको सन्तुष्टिलाई सामानको मूल्यसँग हामी कदापि सम्झौता गर्दैनौं।
तपाईं हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ वालिङ टेलिभिजन।
Namaste and good afternoon. We, in collaboration with Waling Municipality, Waling Television and Radio Adikhola, are planning to assist the students who are preparing for SEE examination, and due to the suffering of coronavirus, COVID-19, the students are unable to attend their examinations. So, we are trying to assist our students from now, from today, and then we are trying to address all the problems of our students, especially English, mathematics and other subjects. And I am Deepak Lamsal, in collaboration with my team, and trying to address you the actual specific grid and the questions format and the overall aims and goals or objectives of English for the SEE students, or that is called secondary education examination students of the year 2076. SEE, or secondary education examination, is one of the golden gate of every students. Students as well as the parents take this examination seriously. They think that SEE always declares the level of higher education. The government in this sense has declared the exam as the standard test so far concerned. But now, due to COVID-19, the examination has been postponed. Students who are in the mouth of the examination are compelled to stay leisurely, dreaming to take the examination. So, we, the subject teachers of Waling Municipality, dare to assist our loving students via technology in collaboration to Waling Television, Radio Adikhola and Waling Municipality. SEE specification grid of English 2076, which I am going to assist my dear students. What type of questions are we going to attempt in the upcoming SEE? As mentioned before, English is one of the international language. So, the students desire to obtain good grade in English to secure their seats in higher education in the colleges or colleges of their choice. Hence, they should be familiar with the specification grid of English, which focuses on the 4 language skills. They are, you see, The first one is listening. The 4 language skills are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The weightage of the 4 language skills are 10, 15, and then 40 and 35. Okay, 10 marks listening, and which is thought to be the first skill, and then 15 marks speaking, 40 marks reading, and 35 marks writing. You see this classifications, this classification of skills and the division of marks are thought to be the most specific in learning. You know, if we don't know or don't care about the specific specification grid, and we are not able to solve all the problems that are asked in our examination. Okay, and we know that this classification of skills and the division of marks, the dear students, are thought to be the most specific in learning English as the foreign or international language. We all learn English as the international language. So, the Curriculum Development Center, or we say CDC, or we say Office of the Controller of Examination, OEC, has provided the responsibility for teachers to evaluate the earlier 2 skills, that is listening and speaking. Okay, the teachers can evaluate their the students' day-to-day activities to assist them, or to assess their actual learning outcomes, how they are learning. Okay, to the rest 2 skills of the students are provided or the evaluated by the external format, or by giving the strict format, or that is students has to take external examination for the rest 2 skills, that is reading and writing. You see in the board too. Okay, the expectation of CDC, or we say Curriculum Development Center, is to develop language competency through communicative approach over the target language. However, the students provide less focus. You provide less focus to the former 2 skills, that is listening and speaking, which is the base for learning English. So that is, or the first 2 skills are also highly supportive to the rear 2 skills, means these 2 skills. Without knowing listening and speaking, you cannot learn reading and writing, because language begins through listening. Okay, and then it is praiseworthy to present that the students who are good in the former 2 skills will undoubtedly get confidence over the reading and writing skills. So, language should be taught, or you should learn, students should learn, and the teachers should teach the language in accordance to the order of the language skills. Students are under the students who are under the preparation of SEE are strongly suggested, I would like to suggest the students that they should follow the specification grid and the patterns of questions which are given here, and the weightage and the question patterns of each skills are described now below, and I am going to describe it in detail. Now, the first one, you see the first skill here you see is a listening skill. Okay. And listening skill, the weightage and the question patterns of each skills is the listening, and I have already mentioned you that in listening carries 10 marks. The language learner should focus to listen very carefully. When we the teachers, English teachers are teaching you in the classroom, then sometimes you don't care about listening, and then why to listen, and sometimes you don't care what is this teacher telling, and if you listen attentively, and then you will learn the language. So, in the listening, the marks allotted for listening is 10 marks, and the question pattern or the test patterns provided by OEC or Office of the Controller of Examination or National Education National Examination Board is the patterns are multiple choice. Multiple choice, the question is asked, and then some choices options, you say options are given there, and you present, you write, you put the tick in the correct option, and then the fill in the blanks, and some blanks are given there, and then you should fill with the appropriate words, and these things are very much useful, the later one too. And then next one is ordering. You should order the sentences or sometimes words according to the order they occur in the passage. And another one is matching. So, words and meanings and different things are matched there, matching items, and the short answer questions, and very short answer questions are asked there. As you know, listening skill of the students is evaluated by asking different types of questions from 3 different sound files. Okay. The 3 different sound files, we give some items, test items given above, and then we are learning about it, and then the more you hear about it, and the more you learn. So, if you like to obtain the good grade, and then you should care from the listening. Okay. And then listening, listenings, okay, as you suppose, I like to tell you one thing, that suppose if multiple choice, okay, multiple choice is given from sound file A. Sound file A means you see some questions there, and the fill in the blanks should be given from sound file B. Okay, and then sound file B, the test items is there, and the total number of text items must be 10, means marks per item is 1. Okay. Then you cannot ask the questions that carries 2 free marks. Instead, alternative text method for students with speech and hearing difficulties. Some students may not hear and they may not speak, and such type of difficulties they may have are given, or the items they are asked for paragraph writing, and then pictures are given there, picture describing, dialogue writing, and developing a story. We can develop a story from a given outline. You have already learnt about it in the classroom, we are just supporting, and then though the clear instruction is given, most of the teachers allot marks to the students, either the placement based in the classroom. Okay, this boy or this girl is first, so we should allot or we should provide him or her the total marks 25 marks, and the or the grade based in the internal assessment. Suppose the students, if the student obtain the or suppose 65 marks, then the teacher will provide 25 without any assessment. Am I right? Okay. So, we should, from this we learn that we should really assess our students from listening clearly, okay, because this is the first skill. And the next one, I am going to assist you with speaking, and if you do not speak, we will listen. Okay. So, the secondary curriculum aims to develop fluency in speaking to the students. They should be able to communicate in English to the foreigners using correct grammatical structures. Well, while suppose we are learning, or we are in the what we are approaching in the words of preparing SEE. So, while testing speaking, your teacher may test your speaking. The students are asked some very general questions to make the students feel comfortable. Suppose if the student come to the teacher at first, and then they may feel difficulty. Oh, what type of question the teacher will be asked, and then they may feel some difficulty. So, to make them ease, the students should be asked very simple questions. Okay, to make this to make the students, okay, feel very comfortable. Okay. Now, in the case of speaking, we are talking the following text items should be asked to assess the speaking skills. They are, suppose the first one is we like to tell so dear students, you know, general interviews may be based on personal experience, personal, common and familiar topics, and we may provide 3 marks for such type of questions. We may ask, suppose, what is your name, where are you from, how many members are there in your family. Such type of questions will be asked. Okay. So, I do not know whether you have faced such type of interview questions in your schools or not, but this should be done. Okay. Describing pictures. Another one is describing pictures. Students are asked to describe pictures, charts, maps, tables, or narrating sequence of events, or this total anyone, or you can choose anyone, and the marks for that are allocated 4. Okay. The students will obtain 4 marks. Okay. Speaking, another one is speaking on a given topic. Suppose you may select any topic and ask your student to speak. Suppose the good and bad things you see around you, good habits, bad habits, or any. Okay. If we ask our students like this, and they may slowly develop their reading or speaking habit, and they can speak in English. So, that is the matter. Okay. If the students are if the students have speaking difficulty, and then we can ask alternative text method for the students who have visual difficulties, or we can ask some questions for the students with the visual difficulties number 1, 2 and 4 mentioned. Okay, 1, 2 and 4 you see I have already told you, but instead of 2 students or 2 students are asked to narrate a sequence of events or to tell a story that say they have heard, read or created. Okay. And alternative text method, we can use some alternative text method for the students. Okay, dear students with speech and hearing difficulties. Okay, the students are given an unseen comprehension passage and then carrying 15 marks. And in such a way, the former two means you see listening and speaking can be evaluated. So, if we rightly judged our students in speaking and listening and speaking, and they can do better in the later twos. Now, the next one we are going to do is reading. Okay. For the students who are going to appear the your students, you are going to appear the upcoming SE, or who have been appearing such examination. Who have been appearing means they may appear they might have appeared the examination in the previous years. The reading text item, reading text, that carries this 40 marks. Okay, plays the crucial role. Okay, and the crucial role, and the students are expected. You students, you are the students. You are expected to present fact-based and actual answers, because every answers carries only 1 marks. Okay. After reading the given text, given text means some seen text and then some unseen text are given there, and is some seen text and the unseen text are given there. Each question is of 1 marks. You must be careful, dear students. You must be careful about it. Each questions is of 1 marks, and the expected time to complete the text item is 1 and 15 hours. Okay, do you care about it? 1 and 15 hours. You should complete the 40 marks within 1 and 15 hours. The number and the type of text, what type of text will be asked, and what type of question number or how many questions are asked, then you must be very much careful about it. Types of text which have been or are asked in the SE examinations are you know about it very clearly. And then the first one is 2 seen text, one 5 marks, another 10 marks, and in total 15 marks, and the text are given from the textbook. Okay, do you learn? 5 plus 10 marks to text are asked from the textbook, and on unseen text carrying 10 marks. Okay, 10 marks, carrying 10 marks, and the what type of text will be asked, or what type of texts are given, and what type of genres are given. Okay, that is the areas. Okay, text types that is given to you to read and answer is news stories. Okay, do you know news stories? It is given in the newspaper and news stories. And the next one is menus. Menus. You must have visited to hotels, restaurants, and any others, and there is menus. And the next notices. Notice. School notice and other notices. Different types of notices are there in the society, and such type of notices will be asked. And manuals. Do you know manuals? And then advertisements. Okay, advertisement, you see different types of manuals and advertisements. You buy a mobile phone, and in the mobile phone you see the manual inside it, and there is, and another one is advertisements, then diary entry. So diary entries, emails, and then project guides and timetable, schedule, timetable, etc. is given. And another one is on unseen text, that is very important, and the revised specification grid had mentioned there is on unseen text carrying 15 marks. That is very important, okay, very much important. And the text type is stories, essays, letters, science articles, you see newspaper articles, and books, film reviews, etc. will be asked there. Okay, these are the items, and the number of words in the text. Okay, number of how many words text will be asked. It may not be exact. The words might not be counted, but the number of words asked there is asked or the expected number of words in the text is text for 5 marks. If the question, if the text of 5 marks is given there, and the 100 words, only 100 words. It's very short, 100 words text is given, and then text for 10 marks about 200 words, and the text for say 15 marks and about so 300 words, 300 words text will be given. And the now you may be very much curious about the types of text items. What type of text items will be asked? Okay, and then as you learn that, your teacher may have already told you in the classroom too, and the other places you might have learned about it. But if you don't be careful, about your text item, what type of questions. Text item means question items, and then if you are not familiar with the questions items, then how can you solve the problems given there? So that is the question. So you must be very much careful about the text items, and the text items are first one is multiple choice. I have already told you here in the listening sector, multiple choice, and the question is given, and then just below here there are four options, and you choose the best answer, and you only copy the best answer. You don't need to write. You don't write to copy all the options and put the tick in the right answer. Just select the correct options and write on your answer sheet. That is the multiple choice. And sequencing. And the next one is sequencing. Sequencing sometimes we call is sentence ordering. And in the sentence ordering, dear students, your many sentences are combined in the text and the just below, and the sentences are not in correct order, and you are asked to say put the sentences according to the order of the passage. That is called sequencing. You should write it in sequence. And then next one is fill in the gaps. Fill in the gaps without choices. The choices are not given there. Fill in the gaps. Sometimes gaps. The sentences are given there, and the gaps is left, and there is gap, and some gaps are left there, and the students should select the correct word from the given text or the given passage, and you should select the correct word, or sometimes it may be contextual, and you may think the context, and you should put the select word, and you should put the correct word. You should select the word and then put there. That is called fill in the gaps. Another one is matching. Sometimes words are given and the meanings are given there, and you should match the words and meanings appropriately with others. Okay, you should select the word with their correct meaning. Sometimes context might be given. Context, some context is there, and then you should match the context too. And the next one is true false. True false. You know, true false item, and then you learn the passage. You read the passage first very clearly. You go, and then when you read the passage, and then there might be some sentences, some messages, and the sentences are given there. Sometimes it is appropriate, or it is favorable with the sentences given with the passage, and sometimes it might be opposite. So that is called true or false item, and you learn true false item very clearly, and then you write the sentences first, and you go to the you go and you are in the bracket or in the parenthesis, and you write either true or false. That is called true false item. And then next one is short answer questions. Either it might be yes no questions or WS questions. Okay, these are short answer. This type of text item is called short answer questions. Why is it called short answer questions? It's because only very short, factual, clear, and appropriate answers are expected. You don't need to copy all the words given in the passage. Sometimes you go to the full stop, and then you see the another full stop, and then you copy all the items from there. You don't need to do such type of, only short answers. You should find the correct answer, and then you write. That is short answer questions. Okay, except short answer questions. Note, you know very clearly. Except the short answer questions or the answer questions, the types of questions should not be repeated. Types of questions should not be repeated in the two scene text. Two scene text means in a reading, you know, it's 40 marks, and you see here in 40 marks what is there, and 15 marks scene text, and then 25 marks unseen text. In among 25 it is divided 10 and 15. 10 and 15, these are unseen, and these are seen. Seen means what? And the text from the passage or the text from the textbook, and then unseen text from the out of the textbook. That means you may not have seen it before. Okay. Okay, and the same thing is applied in these two unseen text too. Okay, the instructions when making or the designing the text items. Text items means in very simple language question paper, and the instruction should be short, very short and clear. Okay, and then total number of text item. Okay, total number of text item means number of questions asked is 40. You should, and that means you should answer 40 questions clearly. Okay, 40 questions, and the marks per item is 1. 1 means 40 questions are asked. Undoubtedly, the 40 questions are asked to you. You know, so you should be ready to write the 40 answers. Okay. Okay. Next one is we are going to elaborate you about the specification grades according to the skills. Now, the last is writing. Dear students, you know, today I am going to elaborate you all the specification grade, because until or unless you learn, you have the clear concept about the specification grid and the questions pattern, you cannot check yourself. You cannot check yourself. Am I or can I solve this questions, or am I ready to do this, that, or anything you can do. Okay. So, you should have the clear knowledge, clear concept about the text pattern, or the means in very simple language we say it's the question pattern. You should learn about the question patterns. Without learning question patterns, then how can we solve the questions? We go, we sit on the benches, and then the teachers distribute the questions here and here, and then you look at the question and you don't know about the specification criteria, and you look and look, and then you don't know then what to do. Then so something should be written and you write, but you don't know what you are writing. So must be clear about the specification grid. The every examinee should be clear about the specification grid. Okay. Now the last one is writing. Writing is one of the productive skill. Productive skill, in the receptive skill, listening, reading, and writing and speaking is the productive skill. Okay. The secondary education which you are taking, secondary education aims to develop writing skills of the students. Writing skills. Okay. So if you write very nicely, then you may get a good job, you may have good position in the society, you may do many things, and this is the matter. Okay. Okay. So writing skills, and then while testing writing means whether you are able to write something correctly using correct words, grammatical structures, and anything. Okay. Okay. While testing writing, the flowing means what type of text items will be asked, should be clear about it. The flowing types of text items are designed. Okay. So already the National Education Board has already designed. Okay. National Examination Board has already designed such type of items. Okay. And then the first one is guided writing. Guided writing. Do you know guided writing? What type of writing is guided writing? In the guided writing, some clues, guidelines, words are given there. Okay, some guides, some guides, some words, some clues, some instructions. Everything is given there, and you should write. You should produce your writing text items using the guidelines given there. Okay. The first guided writing item is of 5 marks, and then with word limit, you should have the word limit of 75 to 100. Okay, 75 to 100, and then what type of areas of writing? What type of writing are asked, or what type of text items are asked to under the guided writings are directions. Direction. If you like to go Sangja, or if you like to go your house from Merdi, and some places, so that is directions. And another text item is instructions. You give some instructions, then how to give some instructions. And then third one is obligations, and then prohibition. You say sometimes obligations and prohibition, things you do not and things you do not, that are the obligations and prohibitions. And another one is we learn this electronic text message. Dear students, this is the age of technology. Then the technology has narrowed the world, it has become the global village. Then using the technology you can communicate with your friends, with anyone you like in the world. Then everything is found in using technology. And then so we should be able to write some electronic text messages. Means you write something in message, and you write something in the Facebook, Twitter, and then in the social media, and wherever you write, that is called electronic text messages. Okay. The next one is postcard. The postcards you have been sending your friends and other on their birthday, on the New Year's Eve. You write postcards, but and the postcard, designing the postcard and writing postcards also carries 5 marks, and then sometimes you should write the advertisement. Okay, advertisement writing, and then you should be able to write the advertisement, of something, some products or some job application, job advertisements. And then next one is message of condolence. Okay, some if somebody is demised nearby you and in other places, and then you should write the message of condolence there. And the another one is message of congratulations. Suppose your student topped the SE board, and then you write congratulations. So your writing should be short, but you should write it. You should learn how to write, because if you don't learn, then you cannot congratulate your friend in English. So English plays the crucial, very important role for the successful life. So you should learn how to write congratulations. And then menus, menus. You go to some hotels, restaurants, then you see there some menus, and then menus should be written, and then receipt, etc. These things, these are asked into the first type of guided writing. And the next, this first type of guided writing carries 5 marks. And the next one is going to learn is another one is guided writing second. Second type of guided writing, students, guided writings, 2 types of guided writings are of 10 marks. The first 5, and then second is 5 marks. Okay, with word limit, there is a word limited is declared there, and the word limit is 75 to 100. Okay, areas of writing, what type of areas of writing is asked there, and then there is interpretation of charts. Charts, charts there. Some chart, so pie charts are given there, and bar graphs. Bar graphs. The graphs is already drawn there. In your test item, the bar is given. It not like in social studies and other subjects. So there is data is given there, and then you are asked to draw the charts or the graphs. But here, charts and the graphs are already done, and you should elaborate it, interpret it. And the tables, some table is given. The list, okay, pictures, pictures, very short skeleton stories. Short skeleton stories. There are some guidelines. Missing items are given there. There is blank spaces, and then you read the stories, and then you do. And the next one is invitation card. Suppose you are going to do something in your house, or your father, or maybe your father is going to organize some feast or something at home. Then you should invite your friends and your relatives and others. At that time, you should have some invitation letters, and then Thanksgiving letters. Somebody helps you, support you with his or her core of heart, and at that time you like to thank. So you need the Thanksgiving letters. And another one is a letter of regret. Suppose if your student or your friend may have an accident, and at that time you should write the letter of regret. Okay, letter of regret should be written there. Okay, and then news stories. News stories in the newspaper. You should hear some about events. Okay, the places, and you write some news stories, and then invitation letters, and you invite, invitation cards, invitation letters, and paragraph writing. Sometimes you should produce very short paragraphs. suppose you are asked to write about the quality of your school, quality of education of your school, and such paragraphs are also asked. Okay. Now the next item in writing is free writing. Previously 12 marks free writing had been asked, but now free writings are of two types. The first free writing is of 6 marks with word limit 100 to 120 words, and in under this free writings you are asked, or the students, you are asked what type of questions, what type of things, or what type of text items are asked. The first text item asked under it is dialogue in the given situation. The situation is given. Okay. And then suppose you are going to take your SEE examination, and then create a dialogue between you and your friend about the preparation of your SEE. Okay, about the preparation of your SEE, that is called the situation. That is the situation, and you should in dialogue there must be two persons, and the situation is you are talking about the preparation of your SEE, and then you should create the dialogue with 6 exchanges. And the next one is paragraph on the personal experience. Suppose you visited some places and you attended some special ceremony, suppose a school anniversary, and any and you may have many experiences, and in such experiences, using such experiences, and you are asked to express your experiences freely. Okay. And then short stories. The next text item is short stories with either the beginning is given. Suppose it was 3 o'clock when I woke up. That is that might be the beginning of the, or the ending, or title, or moral is given. Any one is given. Either beginning is given, or ending is given, or title is given, or moral is given, and then next item is views and attitudes. Views and attitudes, sometimes something you might like, may not like, or how you feel, and that is things about the current issues are asked. Okay. Now the dear students, now the next item for free writing second carries 8 marks. Okay, 8 marks with the word limit 150 to 200. Okay, areas of, what are the areas of writing for free writing second is letters. I have already learned how to write letters, and we come to the next classes how to write letters, and emails. Okay, emails, we should write email. It has some strict format, emails, and maybe it may be formal or informal. Formal means it might be official or personal, and emails might be, letters might be formal or informal, and emails are of formal and informal. You should write both formal and informal, or official or personal emails. And the next one is for free writing is essays. Okay, essays, you know how to write essay, and essay is in essay you especially it is the combination of sentences, correlated sentences, and you are asked to write the essays. The next one is newspaper articles, and for freely any title is given, or you are asked to write newspaper articles, the current issues. And the next one is reviews of the films. You might have watched or viewed many films in your life. In your leisurely time, you may see films and others, and you may see films, and you may be asked to write the films, okay, and then reviews of the films, how you feel about the films, books, brochures, leaflets of different places and events are asked. So you should learn what type of areas are asked to write in the guided writing first, guided writing second, and the free writing first and free writing second. Okay, and then next item we are asked at last is grammar. Grammar 11 marks, and 11 marks under the 11 marks of the grammar, 2 types of questions are asked. Okay, so the type 1 is, type 1 is production type of grammar. Okay, do you know what type of grammar is production type of grammar? Okay, in production type of grammar, you may have to produce another new sentences. That is called the production type of grammar. And under the production type, the 6 questions of each 1 mark will be asked, that is 6 marks. And the type 2 is fill in the gaps, gap filling. There is gap given, gaps with the grammar items in a contextual passages. Okay, the learn is contextual passage, and in passage, okay, the context of the passages is given, and then there is some grammatical item is needed, and then the gap is there. Then the option is there, and you should select the good options, and you should select the good options of grammar, and you should fill. And each options is of half or the 0.5 marks, and the 10 options are there, and it carries 5 marks. Okay, altogether grammar has how many? 11 marks. Okay, you know all the specification grid. Okay, what type of questions, what type of what is the view of English, and what type of text items are asked, and how we can evaluate our students, what type of preparation you should do. Okay, then anything. So without knowing a detail about the specification grid, then it is very difficult to attempt the examination. So we are supporting you. Okay, we are supporting you in the what for the SE. So first thing we should assist you is the specification grid. What type of questions are asked or will be asked for us in the examination? When you look at the question paper, then you will be clear about the text types or the question types. And when you are clear about the question types, then you don't have any problem in writing, and you go on solving the question, so you enjoy very nicely. How nice is it to do it. Okay, so keeping in mind the knowledge of text items, students can obtain the good grade. The grade you desire. You have some desire to obtain, because if you are good in English, then your future or your higher education will be clear. Hence, okay, in this way, learning the aforementioned. Okay, I have mentioned you many things, or the many test items. Okay, test items, and then if you keep in mind all the text items is thought to be obligatory. Obligatory means compulsory. It's compulsory. You must know it. You must learn it. To you because you are the SEE examinee. SEE examinee means you are going to take the SEE examination, and that is called the standard examination. Okay, hope if you keep in mind all the things I have delivered you now, then you will obtain the desired goal. Okay, then now I have explained to you the details about the specification grid. That means what type of questions will be asked for you in your upcoming SEE examination. So you may check yourself and think yourself that what type of support do I need? Now, do you need? Do I need for the upcoming SEE? Then you may put your questions forward to the desk of Waling television, and then when you forward your problems to the desk of Waling television, and then we receive your problems from Waling television, and from the next class we go step or item wise classes, because without having known about the detailed specification grid, the students feel difficulty in attempting the SEE. Okay, hope you will do better in your upcoming SEE examination. And then these are the things, we are with you, we all are with you via Waling television, Radio Adikhola and Waling municipality. Then hope you will observe this support and ask your actual problems to the desks of us, so that we can assist you as you desire. Thank you. Thank you very much.
हाम्रै स्थानीय तथा मौलिक संस्कृतिहरू, प्रतिभावान तथा शुभेच्छुकहरूको प्रत्यक्ष सहभागिता, समय सापेक्ष विषयवस्तु तथा अनुभवी अगुवाहरूसँगको प्रत्यक्ष संवाद, धार्मिक, सामाजिक, राजनीतिक तथा विभिन्न राष्ट्रियताका प्रसंग, स्थानीय, राष्ट्रिय तथा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय गतिविधिहरू, आर्थिक विकास, सामाजिक विकास, उत्तरदायित्व, जिम्मेवारी, पारदर्शिता, सुशासन, शिक्षा तथा अन्य सामाजिक सभ्यतासँग साक्षात्कार, कृषि तथा पर्यटनसँग हातेमालो, समग्रमा समाजका सबै पक्षसँग सरकार। यो हो वालिङ टेलिभिजन, तपाईको संचारको सहयात्री। तपाई हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ वालिङ टेलिभिजन।